Hello and welcome to Michael's Minty Music for today. Today we review Duran Duran's 1997 album, Medazzaland. It's not very good. This is the track listing, and these are the tracks I added to my playlist, 4 out of 13, so not even a third here. This album is a combination of super wacky experimental tracks that don't land well at all, and some completely boring slow pop ballads. The couple of tracks here that are decent are pretty much the only upbeat traditional rock pop songs on the album, and they're good, but they're not very unique at all. There are just too many forgettable, boring, slow songs on this album, combined with a couple of egregious experimental tracks and a terrible flow. The album is just too slow to get things going at all. The opening almost goes somewhere with Big Bang Generation and Electric Barbarella, but it's hamstrung by the super jarring opening track, and it can't push through the next 3 tracks, which are all slow. Be My Icon is fine, but not incredible, and the rest of the tracks to the end are not good. So Long Suicide would be a great final track, I think, but instead they go with the final track is Undergrowing Treatment, which is a weirdly slow experimental mess. So overall, not very good. There were only 2 tracks released before the album, Out of My Mind and Electric Barbarella, which is my favorite track here and pretty much the only one that's any good. It's not incredible, but it is decent and you might like it. It's basically the only track here that I might suggest. Even ones like Big Bang Generation are not the cream of the crop. I rank this album 13th out of Duran Duran's 16 albums, so 4th from the end. It only beats out 3 other albums from them. Medazzaland is basically the same level of quality as Pop Trash and Red Carpet Massacre. There's a few decent tracks on all of these albums, but they are mostly just not good. They all beat out Thank You, because Thank You is just as bad as them, but has the sort of worst thing of being a cover album, and bad cover albums are definitely worse than bad originals. And none of them are really better than anything above. Even All You Need Is Now has a more consistent level of quality and better flow than Medazzaland, in my opinion. So, unsurprisingly, this album doesn't take my top spot from 1997. That goes to Cars Flowers' second album, The Fourth World, which is pretty good, although it's a bit niche. That's the band that would eventually become Maroon 5, and this was not a big hit album from them, but definitely significantly better than Medazzaland, just in terms of quality and interest. Next up is the Talking Heads' 1978 album, More Songs About Buildings and Food. Pretty interesting name, pretty interesting cover, and I'm pretty interested to hear it. So stay tuned for that, and as always, stay minty.